We are walking through the infield here in the DR with Jeremy Booth, the face that runs the place. What were your thoughts on what we saw the last 3 days, my friend?
Well, my first thought is that I'm going to walk back out here to the spot in right field where the first time that I set foot in Complejo de Naranjo, and I apologize as much as I butchered that, was when in the first Caribbean Classic. And we came down here as a team that had Zion Rose and Cooper Pratt, Trey Phelps, Mac Hewer, Holden Bronner, Darnell Parker, Cody New, Boston Barrow, Tristan McClatty, a whole host of guys, Colin Priest. I mean, it was Harrison Booth. It was a loaded club. And we came down here and we played against, 4 or 5 different Latin American teams. And that team, that 25 guys, Antonio Jimenez also not to be left out, was a very special 25 guys. And they went down and they won 44-2 or whatever it was, right? I said then I would put my 25 guys, whatever 25 it was, and I didn't just mean them, although that was the start of it, against anybody. And that turned into a lot. That turned into, obviously, another Caribbean Classic, which is having after a couple year hiatus, we'll be back in 2026. That turned into a junior college showdown, which was there in 24, I want to say. It's 25. Time went fast when my head was down and some other stuff that had to get done. And then we find ourselves back right here in this spot, right here. Go ahead. So this spot where nothing is here right now but some grass. Obviously the signs are here. I stood right here and I said my 25 against the rest of us. This place has a little bit of a turning point for this company, not only when it comes to what the series is about, but all the growth that we've had, even with some of the bumps. Being back here in the Dominican Republic, for me, is my 3rd trip here this year. Not my 3rd trip internationally, my 3rd trip here. Being able to be engaged again has helped dramatically from a standpoint of what we're trying to do, but also to be able to grow the culture, the right culture of who we are, of what the players are getting out of this, what they stand for, eliminate some of the, there's no other way to say this, some of the drama that has perpetuated this place with a group of people, and a group of things that are no longer around, thankfully. With that in mind, we had the best event on the island, for what I've been hearing, the entire year so far. It's the end of August, and we've had the best event on the island. Now, I want to thank the guys that were here that did this. There are guy on the island, Juan Polonia. I want to thank the trainers and obviously the clubs that came out. Got a lot of good data, a lot of good quality at bats. Went so well that we're doing this again in a month. We're doing this back here September 16 to 18 at not sure what complex it'll be yet. I mean, I guess I kind of know, but I'll keep that in my pocket for a second. Might be here, might not be here. We're going to do this again, and it sounds like the Future Stars series in the Dominican Republic may have taken hold here. It sounds like the Future Stars series in Mexico may have taken hold. It sounds like the Future Stars series in some other countries in the Caribbean may have taken hold by doing things ethically and correctly and forward thinking and modeling, and get some of the best players playing against the best players consistently, to make sure the players get the most out of this, to make sure that the United States counterparts, the teams, the travel teams, the high school kids, even the college guys have a right way to go, and that we can create multiple outlets for these players, whether they're here in the Dominican Republic and sign with a club when it's time, or whether they move on into the United States, into whether it's conference programs or high school academies or whatever the case may be, to further their lives and their education. That's what this is about. Yeah, look, there's a business component to it, and there's people who will yell and scream and talk about it. But you know what they're doing? They're screaming because they want more of something they had nothing to do with. They're not saying anything about whether it's good for the kids or not, or whether it's good for the game, or whether it's good for baseball or data. They're complaining because they don't get to take it. Well, it belongs to the kids first. It doesn't belong to me. I created it. Yeah, I get it. All of us that are here, Mike Ashmore, who's filming this, has been here since day one. There are several people who've been here since day one who put in time, day in, day out, night in, night out. And all of us just want to see these kids move ahead, every single one of us. And so I think this time we did that. If I look at the 6 teams that we had, and the 80-something pitchers that we had. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the talent that was on the field. I'm ecstatic to make some of these selections. I'm ecstatic to grow the Caribbean. I'm ecstatic to help players move ahead. I'm ecstatic to change the game. Continue to change the game and change futures within that game. And as I get on a plane tomorrow morning and I head to Cary, North Carolina for a couple days, player selection will be made to come to the World Combine. So let's talk about that. The World Combine is returning to Orlando, Florida, December 10th to 12th. The World Combine will be there alongside the Major League Baseball winter meetings. 170 scouts here this time. I counted. And I don't like promoting that. I don't think you should have to promote that, having done that job. And let's be clear, I'm an evaluator now. I'm an evaluator, and I'm all right. I'm all right at it. But you know what? I'm not out there grinding every day for a major league club. Those guys are the scouts that are putting their time in. There's 170 of them in here for 3 days to see the talent that's on the field. My estimation, $100 million in talent on this field in value. $100 million in talent, and that's by going through all 6 rosters and the pitchers that I saw. 15 years old at 1992 that no one's ever heard of. Yeah, I know in Dominican they're walking down the street, literally. 1992 with breaking balls, some spin and some idea, some angle, some deception. Guys that if you're in the States at 15 years old, we're putting this guy 1. He's got to go 1. They're walking down the block here. I couldn't be happier with what we've got going. Couldn't be happier with what we've got here. It feels like a big weight's been lifted off everybody's shoulders. Believe that 100%. And being back here is kind of the right time to be able to start this. So let's look around one more time at right field. See what's out there? Imagine Antonio Jimenez and Phelps and all those guys I talked about taking a knee right here, talking about their role in changing the game, not just domestically but internationally. And now let's go out there and look at center field. And I don't know if you can see it for the distance. I don't know if you can see it. There's a Future Stars Series banner right there in center field. We got now.